good morning. This is a rather special and joyous morning. Now, if you can hear from my voice, well, this is actually the morning after Out of Speed. It's a Monday morning. I'm here right at Sepang International Circuit at 8 a.m. Very early wake-up call, but there's a very special reason. And that reason being is, Ferrari Naza Italia has invited us to be a part of today's Esperienza Ferrari with the new Ferrari 296 GTB. Now, this car was launched a couple of months back, and if you've been watching our content, I'm quite fond of it. Now, today's going to be a little bit interesting because we're going to get to drive that thing out on the track. So let's see how it's going to go. As you can see, I'm filled with 2 cups of coffee. This is the right fuel of the day after Out of Speed. I've had probably 2 hours of sleep, but I'm filled with absolute adrenaline today. Let's go for Esperienza Ferrari. Now, I think there's quite a bit to discover with the 296 GTB because Ferrari is really giving the perception that this car is really fun to drive. But I'm a little bit curious with the whole delivery package of it because it's got 830 horsepower, and with most cars, this kind of performance can be really handful on the drive. But at the end of the day, we are in a safe environment. This is Sepang after all, and Ferrari has particularly promised us for a little bit of lap experience on the 296 GTB, going through the various e-Manettino modes on the new car. So it's my turn to jump into the 296 GTB. Let's see how the experience goes. Last Ferrari I drove was a Roma, so,
okay. Well,
so it's quite familiar, yeah, but minus all the hybrid stuff. There we have it. First experience on the new 296 GTB. It's just absolutely breathtaking just how the performance is so accessible. 830 horses, but I just can't believe how accessible it is with all the electronics on this thing. That new engine is really, really quick. The gearbox is really, really sharp. But for me, on this car, the most mind-blowing part on performance is actually the brakes. The brakes are really confident. You can really step on it even after a few laps. The brakes have gone a little bit of heat. The carbon ceramics can really take in that beating. So I believe this could potentially be a 220 or sub 220 car easily on the hands of a very good driver. Absolutely lovely. I quite like it actually. So, just back out from the drive on track with this car, and the first-hand experience with the 296 GTB is, well, a little bit more friendly than I thought. That's my first perception on this thing because my immediate thought, this being a hybrid-powered turbocharged 830 horsepower car, it could potentially be a handful to drive. But to be honest, the way the electronics manage this car makes it really, really, really friendly. And the word that I like to use for this thing is accessible performance. So let's talk about the engine. It's a brand new power unit by Ferrari, 3-litre V6 turbocharged with a hybrid powertrain underneath, and 2.9 seconds to 60 and just continuous performance, but it's not how the package is on paper, because the experience of this thing mid-speed is where this car, I think, really shines. Because of the instant torque delivery that the car can offer, this car is really quick from corner to corner, which I think is the charm of a hybrid powertrain car. Now, all these modern cars are going to come with hybrid as we move into the future, and we're probably going to say goodbye to the standard combustion powered cars, and this combination of an electric motor and the combustion engine is the future for us, which means that these cars are only going to get faster, which makes me wonder how much more power and how much more performance can you really explore with these cars, because I'm really just surprised by how friendly and how accessible the performance is on the car. But to be honest, on most of the corners, the traction control is just continuously blinking, and I can feel how it's keeping the power down to the ground while I'm just really trying to modulate my throttle to manage that performance a little bit better. So generally, this being the new baby Ferrari, well, it doesn't replace the F8 Tributo, so Ferrari says, but the whole package and the size is actually slightly smaller than the F8 Tributo. Now that's something really, really cool to explore. But beyond everything, like I mentioned earlier, the thing that I'm most amazed by on this car is actually the brakes. The brakes can really, really take a beating, and you can be really confident with it, which is why I think this whole package works. And the whole ideology behind the 296 being a fun-to-drive car, which is what Ferrari says, I guess I can totally believe it. So that's my first-hand experience with the new Ferrari 296 GTB. So I'd just like to share my thanks to Ferrari Malaysia for inviting us for the Esperienza Ferrari today. And I really hope you enjoyed that content. It's been a wonderful day out here. I just need to go and get myself just another cup of coffee.